All right, friends, we are here. We have a violin bow demo, and this violin bow is an AR Sandner, 58.4 grams. Now, what we've discovered about this violin bow is that um, it's not warped, so the bow itself is rather straight. We're finding that the frog and the bow tip aren't exactly the same. So if you kind of look down on this violin, you'll see that the string is more visible towards the frog end on the right, and then the bowstring towards the tip is more on the left. So it's kind of like it's just a bit twisted, if that makes sense. So we weren't going to demo this, but then Catherine, well, I'll leave that to her, what she kind of discovered with this bow and this interesting journey. So here it is, and here's Catherine.
So when I first picked up this bow, I noticed that the weight was lovely. I enjoy a bow that's around 57 to 58 grams. This one's 58.4, so I was like, oof, it's a nice little weapon in my hand. It's perfect. So I enjoy the weight personally, but whenever I started to play some classical music on it, I was like, this feels weird. It felt like a very, very strange bow to be playing classical music on because the specifications and the details and the fine motors that go into classical music, it just really wasn't accomplishing what I was wanting to accomplish, which is such a shame because this bow sounds so warm. Like my violin sounds like a warm campfire on a semi-chilly evening with a beautiful sunset. Like that's how this bow feels, and it makes my violin sound. So I was like, that's such a shame. Now, when I move my hand up to this part, I change the balance point just a little bit, and this is purely my speculation, but I think it kind of, in a way, reduces and negates the twist just a little bit. And I find that this bow plays very well as a fiddle bow. So it's really drawing a lush sound out of my violin. Actually, even more so than my personal bows. It's drawing out more of a luscious, warm sound than my hill bow and my beat up Diamond GX Coda bow. So I think that's it's really wonderful and lovely. I've never heard my violin so vibrant in fiddle music. It plays very well as a fiddle bow. It really does. It's getting all of the articulations in the Celtic music. Now, I'm not a professional Celtic player. I just want to really, really be transparent about that. I'm not a professional Celtic music player or a fiddle player. I heavily dabble into it, but I would not consider myself a professional. But so far, it does more than what my bow does, for sure. It gets the it's getting the articulation, not the articulation, excuse me. It's getting the cuts, which is that. It's getting the cuts more, and it really brightens up my violin, warms and brightens it. And it's very clear. You can really hear all of the notes and all the ornaments that I am, fighting to do all the time as I'm practicing this music. But it has a really nice action, a very beautiful warmth to it. And it just does so well as a fiddle bow, which is like, it's so cool to me. Because when it comes to classical music, it just really doesn't want to. It's like, no, we don't want to do that. But it really, it responds so well to fiddle music. Again, and I feel kind of bad bashing my bow just a little bit, but it's even easier to play this bow on fiddle versus my bow. I have a hill bow, and I adore my hill bow, but when I play fiddle music on it, my hand gets so tired, like a minute in, which is, it's so cool that even though this has a twist and it's not really deemed, in my opinion, it's not really, suitable for classical playing, it does so well with fiddle playing. So if you have a beautiful violin and you hold it, you hold it pretty, like with the fiddle bow hold, like I do whenever I play. Also, these little ridges right here really keeps my bow hand in place. So I've really come to enjoy that these last few minutes. But if you're a fiddle player and you're wanting to, have a more warmer bow and a bow that has a really interesting personality and that just, it sounds great, this is your bow.
Awesome. If you're okay with this, Catherine,
Yes.
I was going to see if you can hand me that bow, and I'm going to try to, from my side of the camera, show this, because you guys didn't get to see this, but, Catherine was saying, well, this bow is twisted, and, anyway, not straight, and I kept on looking at it from this angle, and I'm like, well, no, the wood is straight. But if you look at it more this way, and again, this is going to be very difficult to show, but I don't know if you can kind of see, I'm going to hold it more back here, that you should be able to see, let me just look with my eyes, I'm telling you right. Yes, that if you hold it this way, which I don't know if it's right, you should be able to see more hair here, and then it transitions to this side. There we go. Hopefully that sort of focuses and perhaps shows. So, any hoodles, I'll try and include a picture in the description as well, but this is a first for me, so I don't know if the frog is just off its game or if the actual stick is twisted, but whatever it is, it's a happy accident. Here it is. Yeah, so love to hear what you think. And Catherine, thank you once again, and play on, my friends.